Ladies and gentlemen, we ended up winning the match, which is fantastic. Good comeback victory, which is fantastic. But at what cost? At what cost?
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea 2, Zagreb, Dinamo Zagreb 1. Dinamo Zagreb actually took the lead, and then we came back with the comeback, and courtesy to Dennis Zakaria with a winner. I mean, all that talk, I suppose, where is Dennis Zakaria? What's going on? Is he a Chelsea player? Why did we get him on a loan? And I have to be honest, man, and I have to eat the humble pie as well a little bit. I didn't think we're going to see that level of a performance from Dennis Zakaria. I thought, okay, yeah, if he didn't start this particular match, then forget it, send him back to Juventus. But I'm glad that he got this, and he played well. We're going to talk a lot about Dennis Zakaria. Then he got himself injured. We'll talk about that. Ben Chilwell, we copped a lot of injury. And it does not look good for Ben Chilwell. He couldn't walk, actually. Not even barely walk. He couldn't even walk. He pulled his hamstring. And it was so sad to see because Ben Chilwell was having an unbelievable second half, to be honest. I mean, all the concerns that not just myself, a lot of people probably had about Ben Chilwell, is he ever going to get back to that level of pre-injury, the ACL? That second half, he looked very electric. His pace, his crossing, his corners as well were looking good. His recovery pace. And then it all shattered. It all shattered into pieces. And God knows how long it's going to be until we see Ben Chilwell. Good thing about that is we've got World Cup coming up, and that's going to be a good part of a month over there, so he can recover then. Obviously, he's going to miss the next 3 matches. And it puts immense pressure on Chelsea and immense pressure on Graham Potter. I have to say, Graham Potter he's not being lucky, is he? He's not being lucky, just getting dealt with injuries left, right, and center. And Koulibaly as well, don't know whether he's fit. He was taken off. He took a bit of a knock in the first half as well. Mind you, he'd just come back from injury, got subbed down. But, Thiago Silva came on in the second half, around probably the 60th minute or so. So we'll see what happens with Koulibaly. We're in a bit of a strife in the back without some of these defenders. All of a sudden, it looks like we don't have that many defenders. We started off seeing that we have plenty of defenders. Now it seems like we're in our bare bones. But let's talk about from the beginning for this particular match. That lineup, ladies and gentlemen, I have to admit, I didn't expect that strong of a lineup. I expected a lot more rotation. I expected players like Broja to start from the beginning. Christian Pulisic to start from the beginning. Hakim Ziyech, time to pack up. Time to pack up your bags and leave. If you can't get game time, you didn't even get a minute in a friendly match against Zagreb, in a situation where we're through to the next round anyway. It didn't matter whether we won, drew, lost. It was more for the fact of confidence level, I suppose. But if you can't get a game in this type of a game, if you can't get game time in these matches, pack your bags. Pack your bags immediately. In fact, have it all ready. Come January, you're ready to leave. You're in the airport and you found yourself a new home, and you're ready to leave. Don't mess about. Yeah, but that lineup really expected Christian Pulisic, Broja, probably even get Conor Gallagher to start. And the fact that they didn't get that minute was a little bit disappointing from my end. I was thinking, why not? I mean, some people were saying, we're using this match as a preparation for Arsenal. Like, really? What match did we use to prepare for Brighton? We got thumped. I think this would have been a good time to give some of those players who don't get minutes to show what they can bring. And we started off very poorly with that lineup. It looked like some of our players weren't hungry enough. Do you know what I mean? Some people were saying Sterling is probably getting another start because he's been out of form. This is a good time for him to get a goal. And I like that, like those comments. I like that angle. And surely enough, he gets that goal. But the first 15 minutes, that goal that Zagreb scored, it was too easy. Way too easy. It looked like we didn't care at that moment. They didn't even penetrate us. The way they just moved into the final third, whipped in across, Azpilicueta was beaten in the header, and then Koulibaly and Chalobah in no man's land, and then Petkovic just came in and headed it in. And even Mendy was rooted in the position as well. Like, it was close enough for him to at least come out and collect. But look, I'm not blaming Mendy. I really like to blame goalkeepers. I feel like defenders need to do their job as well. In that case, we didn't. And then after that goal, it was sort of very, very lethargic, very lazy. And I was questioning what's going on. And I was thinking, had we used those players that don't get enough game time, maybe they could have shown a little bit more energy. But slowly but surely, we controlled the match. We came back into it. Jorginho fed a really nice ball to Aubameyang. Aubameyang then flicked it back. Sterling with a really good finish. Hopefully gets a bit of a confidence booster. The fact that he scored, Sterling should have scored a few more, if I'm being absolutely honest. Look, he got the goal and he did some nice little bits and pieces here and there, but he should have scored one more. There was another cross. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Kai Havertz, or maybe it was Ben Chilwell, where he probably should have finished it as well. Raheem Sterling. Aubameyang on the left side, man, I really don't like that position. Aubameyang maybe 4 or 5 seasons ago probably could play that left side. Do you know what I mean? Left-sided winger. At times when we were in advanced areas and he was playing as that left-sided player, cutting in and taking a shot. I think there was one time where he hit the bar. But when we're deeper and he's playing as that, that wide left player, Aubameyang doesn't have those legs anymore, man. I like to see him through the middle, but then again, Kai Havertz, I don't like him on the left side. I like to see him just behind. That's why it was a bit unbalanced in that front area. Raheem Sterling was playing on the right side. Mason Mount, probably, once again, not the greatest game from him. Did few things well, ran around, pressed, won some duels. But the real talk right now is about Denis Zakaria, ladies and gentlemen. We'll touch on Ben Chilwell as well. Denis Zakaria, he had a very, very good first half. He really did. The first 45 minutes, I was very, very impressed by his defending more than anything, to be honest. I was very impressed by his defending, his awareness in that middle of the park. Jorginho played as the deepest midfielder. Zakaria close by, really patrolling that midfield zone, the central midfield area. He tackled well, Denis Zakaria. He didn't get bullied off the ball. He's got a good frame about himself. He's quite tall. He's quite physical. Mason Mount sort of added as the third midfielder. So defensively and off the ball and with the ball as well, very decent with his passing. But the other thing that really surprised me is his ability to sort of creep up just at the edge of the box, much like the winner that he scored. How many times have we seen balls fall into that area, the second ball that falls into that area, and there's literally no Chelsea player? Recently, we've seen Kovacic, but Kovacic, he's not clinical with his shooting. Do you know what I mean? Jorginho and Kovacic are not clinical with their shooting. Denis Zakaria was a very, very pleasant surprise to see someone pick up the ball at the edge of the box and take a shot, and it was a nice finish. And at that point, everyone was very excited. As I said, I didn't have much expectation of Denis Zakaria, and I have to eat the humble pie as well, no doubts about that. And then he started the second half really well as well, carrying on the good performance from the first half. Really shielding the defense, giving Jorginho some really good cover as well. Jorginho was playing good with someone like Zakaria. That could be potentially a nice partnership there. But even Zakaria copped himself an injury. Whether it is cramp, we don't know. We'll hear down the track. But he was holding on to something on the right side of his leg. Some people were saying it's outer groin area. Whether he features like that, performance was slowly giving people some belief maybe he's putting his hand up for the Arsenal game. But now with that injury, we'll see what happens, because the Arsenal game's just around the corner. It's not like it's a week away. It's literally just around the corner. Whether he's going to be fit enough for that, I don't know. Could Zakaria, if he is fit, could he have a good combination with Kovacic? I think Jorginho combination works because Jorginho stands deep and Zakaria can be more box-to-box, I suppose. With Kovacic, he wants to be more box-to-box. Then Zakaria has to be disciplined and stay deep. So it's something to look out for. But maybe good competition for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, something for him to... One thing, Zakaria looked a lot better than Ruben is probably defensively. Defensively, he looked better. And going forward as well, Zakaria scored. Ruben needs to add goals. Now let's talk about Ben Chilwell, ladies and gentlemen. Another big news. Ben Chilwell, for me, there was a lot of people that are saying that Ben Chilwell will probably get man of the match. Many people were saying, even though Zakaria was taken off injured, he was probably man of the match. Very hard to give man of the match. That total game, look, we controlled it. We should have scored more. But I didn't feel we were polished all the time. Do you know what I mean? So that's what's very difficult for me to say who's the man of the match. I think I probably would have given it to Ben Chilwell. Probably should be giving it to Ben Chilwell, regardless of the injury, to be honest. Zakaria probably close. Maybe, look, it's probably between Zakaria and Ben Chilwell, to be honest. Ben Chilwell, I'm devastated for him, man. Honestly, I'm so devastated. He played such an unbelievable match in the second half. Robust, absolutely robust. Defensively was good as well. Offensively was good as well. Deserved an assist. I think he whipped in a ball for Aubameyang. Once again, if that was an Aubameyang 4 or 5 years younger, maybe he throws a flying leg in and he gets a tap in. But pulls a hamstring, and that's probably it. That's probably it for Ben Chilwell. He could not walk. And it's sad. He was in the England squad recently. He probably would have gone to the World Cup, and now he won't go to the World Cup. Reece James, doubtful for the World Cup as well. And there goes both Reece James and Ben Chilwell once again for us. And now we have to totally rely on Cucurella. Cucurella's form has been a bit weird in recent times, so he needs to step up his game. And we will potentially be, overplaying Cucurella a lot more. So how do we feature in the back line as well? That's going to be interesting to see. Chalobah, he's playing a lot of games. Silva didn't get an entire match off, so he needs to continue going. Koulibaly, don't know what his status is at the moment in terms of injury. Mendy was fairly decent enough, to be honest. If Kepa's fit, I'll still bring Kepa back, to be absolutely honest about that. But taking nothing away from Mendy. Azpilicueta, ladies and gentlemen, this guy was gassing after 20 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, thank you for being reliable. Thank you for being, your availability is always there. Thank you for not being injured, which is good. Right now, everyone seems to be getting injured. But Azpi, he's got no legs anymore, man. He was panting after 20 minutes. And that game was a bit difficult for him. Yeah, he tries his best to go bomb forward, but it's not. We need help. We need help in January. Conor Gallagher missed the absolute sitter tap-in. Should have put that away. Broja came on, looked okay. Sometimes he didn't have enough support up front, but definitely looks energized. A lot of energy. Christian Pulisic probably deserved an assist as well. That was a Conor Gallagher miss. But yeah, overall, look, we get ourselves the 3 points. We obviously, regardless of the win, we would have been top of the table. And it's interesting, the teams that we probably face, I think I saw it was Leipzig, Dortmund, Club Brugge, and a few other ones. But the one interesting one, PSG, has come second. So I definitely don't want to face PSG. Would like to face other teams. Definitely would take Club Brugge. I think Eintracht Frankfurt was the other one. Borussia Dortmund was there. Lots of German teams. So yeah, definitely don't want PSG. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you felt about that match, what your feelings are in regards to the injuries that we've copped in this match. We get the 3 points, we get the win, but at what cost? And who would you like to face in the next round? I don't want PSG. I wouldn't mind seeing Club Brugge or maybe Eintracht Frankfurt. But you let me know in the comment section. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.